Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Radha Kunj Bihari Radhe Jai Radha Govinda Radhe Jai Radha Gopinath Radhe Jai Radha Madhav Radhe Jai Radha Damodar Radhe Jai Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jai Radhe Jai Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा प्रभु भागवतम है Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So thank you all. We are very happy to be here amongst all the devotees of Scotland. Shishi Gaur, Gaurnitai, Mayapur Shashi. So they are very wonderful deities we have here. And I feel very grateful for, though I'm not qualified for this Vyasasana and to say something on Srimad Bhagavatam because it is very profound literature. But as an opportunity for service, which is given by His Grace Prabhupada Pran Prabhu, I'm taking this opportunity to serve Srimad Bhagavatam and serve the wonderful devotees. So please pray for me, and I pray to Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, and Shishi Gaurnitai that whatever words come from my mouth, may that be in the right mood, right spirit, and may the right word comes at the right time. And if any truty happens, please forgive me for my ignorance. It is purely my ignorance because Srimad Bhagavatam is spotless. So there's a wonderful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasya vai shruyamanayam Krishna parama purushe bhakti utpadyate pumsam shoka moha bhayapaha. It is from the first canto, chapter 7, verse number 7. So it says that just by simply oral reception of this wonderful Srimad Bhagavatam literature, Yasya vai shuryamanayam Krishna parama purushe. So just by hearing, just by hearing attentively, just by giving, simply by oral reception of this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full about Krishna's pastime, about the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, Bhakti utpadyate pumsam. Bhakti sprouts, the devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprout in one's heart. When we say sprout means it's already there, right? Bhakti is already there in all the hearts, but as soon as we start reading Srimad Bhagavatam, it sprouts up. That is what it says. And it says, Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. So Shoka is lamentation, Moha is attachment, and Bhaya is fear, fearlessness. So Shoka, Moha, Bhayapaha, these three are all vanquished immediately. As soon as we simply read by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, simply by oral reception. That's why our focus in our movement is more on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So we have to hear from the authentic, bona fide disciplic chain of, disciplic succession, who are in the bona fide parampara. So we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita many times he says to Arjuna, Tat Shruno. So hearing is most important, attentive hearing. So that's what we understand from this shloka. So today I've given the verse. I understand you are already reading regularly, so that is very good. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya is happening. And today we are in the verse 41. We are in the 7th canto, chapter 8 and verse number 41. So we'll read the verse and translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Kopakalo Yugantaste Hatoyam Asuro Alpakaha Tatsutam Pati Upashritam Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsalaha Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Hatoyam Asuro Alpakaha Tatsutam Pahi Upashritam Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsala. Prabhuji would like to repeat. Shri Rudra Uvacha Doyam Asuro Alpakaha Tatsutam Pahi Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsalaha. Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Atoyam Asuro Alpakaha Tatsutam Pahi Upashitam Bhaktam Te Vatsalaha. Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Atoyam Asurulpakaha Tatsutam Pahi Upashitam Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsalaha. Matajis. Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Atoyam Asurulpakaha Tatsutam Pahi Upashitam Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsalaha. Shri Rudra Uvacha. Lord Shiva offered his prayer. Kopakalaha, the right time for your anger, for the purpose of annihilating the universe. Yuga Anta, the end of the millennium. Te, by you. Hataha, killed. Ayam, this. Asuraha, great demon. Alpakaha, very insignificant. Tat Sutam, his son Prahlad Maharaj. Pahi, just protect. Upashritam, who is surrendered and standing nearby. Bhaktam, devotee. Te, of your lordship. Bhakta Vatsala, O my Lord, who are so affectionate to your devotees. Translation and purpose by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Shiva said, the end of millennium is the time for your anger. Now that this insignificant demon Hiranyakashipu has been killed, O my Lord, who are naturally affectionate to your devotees, kindly protect his son Prahlad Maharaj, who is standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the creator of the material world. There are three processes in creation, namely creation, maintenance, and family annihilation. And finally annihilation. During the period of annihilation, at the end of each millennium, the Lord becomes angry, and the part of anger is played by Lord Shiva, who is therefore called Rudra. When the Lord appeared in great anger to kill Hiranyakashipu, everyone was extremely afraid of the Lord's attitude. But Lord Shiva, knowing very well that the Lord's anger is also his Leela, was not afraid. Lord Shiva knew that he would have to play the part of anger of the Lord. Kala means Lord Shiva, Bhairava, and Kopa refers to Lord's anger. These words combined together as Kopakala refer to refer to the end of each millennium. Actually, the Lord is always affectionate towards his devotees, even though he may appear very angry, because he is Avyatatma, because he never falls down. Even when angry, the Lord is affectionate towards his devotees. Therefore, Lord Shiva reminded the Lord to act like an affectionate father towards Prahlad Maharaj, who was standing by the Lord's side as an exalted, fully surrendered devotee. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You all can repeat. Lord Shiva said, the end of the millennium is the time for your anger. Now that this insignificant demon Hiranyakashipu has been killed, O my Lord, who are naturally affectionate to your devotees, kindly protect his son Prahlad Maharaj, who is standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा So, this particular canto is dedicated to Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu's pastime. So, as Srila Shukdev Goswami says, Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utaya manvantara ishanukata nirodha mukti ashraya. So this Srimad Bhagvatam is extensively talking about all the 10 subject matters which are important. This is the only Puran which talks of all the 10 subject matters. So in this, all 10, this particular canto falls under Uttaya. Because 7 and 8 cantos are considered to be the arms of the Lord. And the 7th canto is considering the factor of Uttaya. Uttaya is creative impetus, right? So Uti is is described as the inclination to act. So any inclination to act, it is there in amongst jivas also, that we have inclination to act in different ways. So that is what Uti means. And in 7th canto we come across, so there are two types of Uti we come across. That is, one is auspicious inclination and inauspicious inclination. So here we see the inauspicious inclinations to act of Hiranyakashipu is actually arising from the anger which is generated by the curse of the sages, the four Kumaras, when they went to meet Lord Vishnu and Jai Vijaya. We know that pastime that four Kumaras met Jai Vijaya and they cursed. So that inauspicious inclination, Uti, of Hiranyakashipu is arising from the anger which is by the four sages. And on the other side, we have Prahlad Maharaj. So the auspicious Uti, the auspicious inclination to act in pure devotion, that is arising from the mercy of Narad Muni, which is towards Prahlad Maharaj. So we can see both auspicious and inauspicious inclinations at the same time in the seventh canto. And similarly, it is described that same auspicious and inauspicious uti or the inclination is found in the jivas also, because of which all the jivas are led to work in pious and impious ways, which is the cause of their happiness and distress, in the various birth what we take. So because of those auspicious inclinations and inauspicious inclinations, we perform pious and impious activities, which give us happiness and distress in various births. So here, in this particular shloka, uh, it is very important shloka to see, where we are in the section of the devatas when they are all praying to Narsimhadev, right? So Narsimhadev has already killed Hiranyakashipu and he is killing other demons also now with his fingernails. It is very wonderfully described that how Hiranyakashipu was terrorizing the whole universe and he was a very powerful demon. He's the originating of demon, we can say. So, but Lord killed Hiranyakashipu in very mystical and very profound, wonderful way by taking wonderful Narsimha incarnation. And he has killed all the demons also with his fingernails. Just Lord, we know that he doesn't require any separate weapons to kill. Where he was just killing with his fingernails. That was his pastime. And with so many demons were coming, attacking him when the Hiranyakashipu was killed, and then he was just slashing them with his fingernails. So after doing all those killing business, killing the demons, he sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. I was reading uh, that Hiranyakashipu threw away the heart of, the Narsimhadev threw away the heart of Hiranyakashipu with his fingernails when he pierced his chest and he pulled the heart, and he just threw the heart away, as if he was checking, as if he was inspecting the heart, that the heart should be filled with my love as Paramatma. I am sitting in everyone's heart. So where the hatred and anger is coming from in this heart, let me inspect the heart. As if he was inspecting the heart, he just opened the heart and he was checking that. So that's a wonderful thought which I was reading. So as if he was inspecting the devotee's heart. So from Bhagavad Gita and from many other verses, we know that he's always in our heart. Sarvasya chaham hridisha nivishto mattasmriti jnanam apohanam cha. So he's always seated in everyone's heart. So he was checking as if he's inspecting the heart. So here, after that killing is done, he sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, and as if he was, telling that the throne should be for the king of, the throne should be for the king, and he is the actual king, right? Lord Krishna is the actual king, and he is the supreme Lord. So as if he was giving a direct message to everyone that no one else can be controller or the proprietor. So he took that position, and we often see that we want to be controller, we want to enjoy, and we want to hold, we want to be proprietorship, we want to have proprietorship mentality, that everything is for me. But Lord is giving a clear message here that he is the supreme Lord, and no one else. Asama urdhava, there is no one equal or above the supreme Lord. So when he sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, all the different devatas were, Brahma, Shiva, Narad Muni, and everybody was there, and all the devatas from the sky were also observing that pastime, and they were, showering the garlands, and they were all very happy so that Hiranyakashipu was killed because he was terrorizing the whole universe. And after that, all the devatas started praying to Lord Narsimhadev. Hmm. So we had Brahmaji's prayer also, and then here is Rudra, who is Lord Shiva, none other than Lord Shiva. So he's praying that Kopakalo. So Prabhupada says, translates, Kala means Lord Shiva, Kal Bhairav. He translates in the purport also. So Kal is Lord Shiva and Kopa is anger, right? So Lord Shiva is saying that you have to become angry at the end of the millennium, because that is the time when uh, you have to annihilate the universe as a part of your creation leela. Here Prabhupada says in the purport that creation is also a leela, right? So this is very important point, which sometimes is missed or overlooked by the devotees, because we understand that only 10th canto is Krishna Lila, right, where he's performing pastimes, or not also 10th, but other Leelas also, where he's doing some activities and killing some demon or saving some devotee, things like that. So that is only considered as Leela. However, we see that second canto is completely describing creation, and also first canto. So creation is also a Leela of the Lord. So that we have to understand. And creation, maintenance, and annihilation is all part. These are the three parts of this Leela, which Prabhupada says here. And we have to appreciate that equally as we appreciate the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagvatam. That is what we have to understand, because it is also Leela of the Lord. And if we are appreciating Lord, we have to appreciate everything which is associated with the Lord. Right? So that's what we have to understand from Srimad Bhagavatam. So he says that his Leela. And Lord Shiva says that this end of, now you are completely angry, but this anger is required towards the end of millennium, where we have to annihilate everything. So this is not the time to be angry. And he says that the insignificant demon has already been killed. Now, oh my Lord, you are naturally affectionate to your devotees. So he's reminding, as if Lord Shiva is reminding to the Lord. We know that Lord Shiva's stature is very powerful, and we know from the Shastras that Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu, right? He's the topmost and the foremost of Vaishnava. So in Vrindavan also, wherever we go, we see Lord Shiva, is already present there for the protection of the devotees. So he's very exalted personality, and here he is reminding the Lord. He's saying that that anger part, and Lord Shiva knows that that anger part, that annihilation part, he has to play that part. He has to play that role. He has to acquire that mood for towards the end of millennium, to annihilate all the universes as a part of the creation leela. So he's reminding the Lord that you have to become affectionate. You are naturally affectionate to your devotees, as if uh, um, he's reminding that now it is not the time to be angry. Everything is killing business is done. So now you come to your natural behavior of being bhakta vatsala. Bhaktam te bhakta vatsala. So he's saying that you're naturally affectionate to your devotees. So please remember that, be reminded of that, and you protect Prahlad Maharaj. That is the main important part. The killing business is done now. So you pacify. You remain calm and you pacify, and you remember your Bhakta Vatsala quality, which is very important. So I was just contemplating on this part that Bhakta Vatsala is, we have so many instances where Lord is seen as Bhakta Vatsala, right? Bhakta Vatsala is a very important quality of the Lord, and he is ready to sacrifice anything to secure this quality, right? And so Vatsala is affection. Bhakta Vatsala is, Krishna is naturally affectionate to his devotees, right? And Prabhupada, writes in purport in somewhere in the third canto that Krishna is called Bhakta Vatsala. He is not called Yogi Vatsala, right? He is not called uh, Jnani Vatsala. He is called Bhakta Vatsala, right? So there is a reason for that. We know that there are three types of transcendentalists, right? Yogi, Jnani, and Bhakta. So the yogis are more interested in the realization of Paramatma, and Gyanis are more focused on the realization of Brahman, right? And Bhakta, where the Bhakta comes, Bhakta is not only interested, not only appreciates Brahman factor, Paramatma factor, but he is also appreciating the Bhagavan feature of the Lord. And not only that, Bhakta is having a special relationship with the Lord, right? In all the rasas we know. So Bhakta develops a special relationship with the Lord, and that is a special quality of Bhakta. Even Lord Krishna says to Narad Muni, Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayeshu va yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. So he says that I am not seated in yogi's heart. I am not to be found there. This is not my place. Neither I am staying in Vaikuntha. Right? Where I can be found? Where my devotees, my bhaktas are chanting my glories. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. So he is very specifically saying that where my devotees, where my bhaktas are chanting my glories, my pastimes, that is the place which I reside. So he has a very natural inclination to the devotees. Many places we can see. In Bhagavad Gita also he says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati, yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. So through bhakti only we can understand Krishna. It is not that by yogic principles or by uh, by impersonalism or by speculation we can understand Krishna, but only by bhakti. When you are in the devotion, when you are practicing devotional service, that is where Krishna will bless us and we will be able to understand him. So that is why he is naturally affectionate to all the bhaktas. And we see in Srimad Bhagvatam and other Puranas, we have many instances where he uh, has gone out of the way to support devotees or to protect devotees, like we see here in this canto of Prahlad Maharaj, where he is protecting Prahlad Maharaj because he is a pure devotee of the Lord, right? He's protecting against all odds and all the atrocities which Hiranyakashipu has provided to him, but he protects Prahlad Maharaj. We see that he protects Pandavas also, right? Pandavas to the extreme possible he can, right? He's protecting Pandavas, he's protecting Draupadi. We saw that when Draupadi was being disrobed, there was no one came to her support and help. Even her five husbands were there, Bhishma was there, Dronacharya was there, Dhritarashtra was there. Nobody could support her, but finally Krishna supported. We see Gajendra, right? Gajendra pastime is also there. That he has, when Gajendra was in distress, but he was a devotee, and then he offered the lotus flower, and Krishna came running to support him. So we understand from here that Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, and for devotee he can go to any extremes. He can go out of the way, like Bhishma Pitama. Also, we have this pastime, right? He even broke his own promise, right? When Bhishma was unconquerable and he was not stopped by anyone, and then Arjuna also could not counteract Bhishma, and then Lord Krishna said that I will kill him, right? So let me take the weapon, whereas he has taken a vow that he will not take weapon in the war of Kurukshetra, but he took the weapon and he just started rushing towards Bhishma. So many places we understand that he's Bhaktavatsala, and he did not bother that people will call me that I broke my promise. I took the vow that uh, I will not take weapon, but then I have to take weapon, so I'm breaking my vow. But he ignored that part and he focused on the Bhaktavatsala quality. So he ignored that part and he was more worried about the Bhaktavatsala quality, that I am Bhaktavatsala. Forget about my own vows and all, but I have to remain Bhaktavatsala. So that's where we understand that he is very much affectionate towards devotees. In another shloka also in Bhagavad Gita, where he says that he is, common, he is equal to all, right? Sammoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshasti na priya. Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te teshu chapyaham. So he says that I'm equal to everyone, but if one is doing devotional service to me, I'm a friend of him and he's friend in me, right? That's what we understand from Krishna, that he's Bhaktavatsala. And that same quality is reminded now by Lord Shiva, that where he's addressing that you are Bhaktavatsala, please remember. Now be, forget your anger and please bless and protect Prahlad Maharaj, who is just sitting next to you, who is fully surrendered to you. So here we also understand that the surrenderance quality is very important. Upashritam. Prabhupada translate that Upashritam as who is surrendered and standing nearby. So Upashritam, he is Ashritam, he is surrendered to you and he is standing nearby also to you. So please protect him. So we have to understand that we ask protection from Krishna, that you have to protect me, but we don't surrender. So that is also not going to fly. We have to show our surrenderance and then we can ask for protection. So that is what here, I can take out some points from here. So Krishna is Bhaktavatsala, that we have to understand. So I was thinking, what is the hope for us? Because we are not pure devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, and we are not fully surrendered also. So what is the hope for us? So that also Krishna has given the answer in Srimad Bhagvatam, and that is very hope-giving for all of us. I'm talking of myself, being very insignificant and non-sincere and non-dedicated devotee. So Krishna says in 9th canto, he says, Aham bhakta paradhino hi aswatantra duja sadhubhir grasta hirdayo bhaktir bhakta jana priya. So what he says, Aham bhakta paradhina, that I am dependent on my devotees. You found the shloka, Prabhu? So he says, Aham bhakta paradhino, that I am dependent on my devotees. Paradhino means dependent. We see in the first canto, first chapter, first shloka, that Krishna is Swarat, he is independent. But here he says that I am not independent. He aswatantra eva dvija. I am aswatantra. I am not swatantra. I am not free. I am dependent. I am dependent on whom? Am bhakta paradhino. I am dependent on my pure devotees. Am bhakta paradhino. He aswatantra eva dvija. Sadhu bhi grasta hirdayo. I am closed. I am in, grasta hirdayo. Means I am like, inside the heart, inside the core of the hearts of the pure devotees. Bhaktir bhakta jana priya. So this is the hope-giving line, last one. Forget about my devotees, not only my devotees. Those people, those persons who are devotees of my devotees, I am dear to them also. They become my dear also. So that is the hope-giving line for us, that if we are devotees of the pure devotees of the Lord, we are not pure devotees, at least I am not pure devotee, right? But the hope is that if we are devotees of the pure devotees, then also we become dear to the Lord. He is so merciful and he is so Bhaktavatsala. That is the great quality of the Lord. So the only job what we have to do is become the devotees of the pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada. Right? Srila Prabhupada is the pure devotee. So if we follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions and we become devoted to Srila Prabhupada, since he is a pure devotee, we have some hopes that Krishna will be dear. We will be also dear to Krishna, and we will be also falling in the bracket of Bhaktavatsala, where he will show his merciful glance to us and show his mercy. So we should be always grateful to Srila Prabhupada that he has provided us this wonderful movement to all of us as ISKCON, and wherever we go in the whole world, we find Srila Prabhupada's temple centers all across. We find wonderful devotees, and we can have sanghas, and it feels really like home. Whenever we are in, especially we are coming from outside, we are not part of this particular land. But whenever we come here, it is, it feels like home, and the warmth which devotees are giving. Yesterday we had a very wonderful feast prasadam here. So, and the devotees are so nice and they are taking care of us because just we are having, we are following Srila Prabhupada. So that's very important, that we have to be very grateful, and we have to follow the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, chant our rounds attentively, follow 4 regulative principles, and be in ISKCON. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he always says that we have to be in ISKCON, right? Never leave ISKCON. In his last instructions also, he gave the same instructions. So We have to really be grateful, and we don't have to be grateful, right? So we have to be grateful, not grateful, right? So we have to be really grateful to Srila Prabhupada's whatever he has given us, this whole movement, this whole temple infrastructure, and Srila Prabhupada's books, most importantly, which we have to read and which we have to implement in our lives and distribute also. So yeah, thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'll just stop here. If any devotees would like to have any comments, questions, please welcome. Hare Krishna.
I was thinking when I saw the verse that, and he says, what to speak of devotees, even those who are devotees of my devotees. And I was wondering, I wonder if he means those who are pure devotees of my pure devotees, or if he means pure devotees.
Yeah, that's intense, Prabhu. So, what I read from the translation, thank you, Prabhu, for your comment and observation. Yeah, it says devotee of the devotees, devotee of my devotees. So, what I understood is, of course, the word devotee is dedicated, devoted. Devotee is devoted. So, at least I am, as I said, I am not 100% devoted, because we sometimes fall in Maya, we sometimes fall for Krishna. So, and we see so many Prabhupada himself was completely pure devotee. He came from Vaikuntha Loka, Golok Loka, and he performed his pastime and went back. And we see so many sincere and advanced devotees in ISKCON who are Srila Prabhupada's disciples and following Srila Prabhupada. We see all our Guru Maharaj in all ISKCONs. Then they are, sacrificing their complete life, and they are purely devoted to the mission, to the words of Srila Prabhupada. So those are the devotees. And what the shloka says, devotees of my devotees. So we consider that, Krishna is saying, okay, these are my pure devotees. Now, if you are devoted to them also, if you are not devoted to me directly, but if you are devoted to those devotees, then also you are devoted to me. So we see that we take inspiration from so many Western devotees that they have dedicated their whole life for Srila Prabhupada. If Srila Prabhupada said, okay, just do book distribution, one Mataji, I remember, she's too old and she's doing only book distribution. The same job, the whole life she has done book distribution only, because Srila Prabhupada has said. So she was devoted to Srila Prabhupada, his words, right? So that's what the statement meant for me when Krishna says devotee of my devotees. So if you're devoted to that person also who is my pure devotee, then also your job is done. I remember, since Prabhu brought this point, uh, I'm not sure of the complete verbatim pastime, but one devotee was there and he was counting cement bags when some temple construction was happening. And Prabhupada, he was asking, he was telling that, Prabhupada, what is my seva? I'm just counting cement bags, which is utilized in the temple constructions. So Prabhupada told to him that you just count cement bags, that is your job. If you do that also properly, I will take you back home, back to Godhead. So just counting cement bags, how that will, take us back home, back to Godhead. That's a very materially mundane activity. We feel like that. But because Prabhupada is telling, and it is used for the temple construction, that devotee qualifies for going back home, back to Godhead. So that is what I understand. Just we have to devote to Srila Prabhupada, follow his instructions, and the rest he will take care. Right? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, slightly controversial question, but if you remember this time, is your relationship with Srila Prabhupada more important than your relationship with your spiritual master?
Srila Prabhupada is, a preeminent Shiksha Guru for all of us. So, both are equally important, I would say, because he is always our spiritual master as a preeminent Shiksha Guru. So yesterday, Prabhupada Prabhu was mentioning about, different gurus. Yesterday was Guru Purnima. So we have 4 gurus, and of course, Srila Prabhupada is our preeminent Shiksha Guru. So we have to take instructions from him. But at the same time, the Shastra says that we have to take Diksha from the living Guru also. Right? So, we have to surrender to the living Guru who is there, and we have to take Diksha from him. Of course, he has to follow Prabhupada. The living Guru who is here, he has to follow the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. If he is not doing, he is anyway not qualified to be a Guru. That's what I understand. So if we are surrendering to the living guru who is following Srila Prabhupada. So I don't think that should be a controversial that we are following Prabhupada or we are following the living guru, because he is following in the same disciplic succession which Prabhupada is, and Prabhupada he's not deviating from Srila Prabhupada's instructions. So that can be a hopeful statement for us. Yes,
She Ramanuja in quite a few of his books, the Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada occupies a unique position because he's the founder of charity.
yes,
So as founder of charity, although sometimes we use something gurus who also come,
yes,
nobody else but Srila Prabhupada.
yes, bro. Thank you, Jai, bro. Very wonderful point. Thank you, bro. Any other devotee? Hare Krishna.
What sort of protection is Lord Shiva kind of meaning or acting here? Because for Prahlad Maharaj, we see Hiranyakashipu for this period, he was very torturing Prahlad and all, and never ever as such Prahlad asked for any protection. And now Hiranyakashipu has been killed, and other demons also being killed or being killed by Narasimha Bhagwan. What sort of protection is Lord Shiva acting?
Yeah, so that's a wonderful point, Prue, to ponder. Thank you for wonderful question. So what I understand is, Krishna is the Supreme Father, right? And his immediate father is now killed. Prahlad Maharaj's immediate father is Hiranyakashipu was his father. The father is supposed to protect the child, right? That is his duty as a part of his fatherly duties. So now he's killed, and Krishna is the person who, the Lord Narsimha is the person who has killed his father. So apparently he is now having no father who can protect him, because he's still a young boy, right? Prahlad Maharaj. So since Krishna is our supreme father, Lord Shiva is in that mood that now you are the supreme father. You become father to this Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad, who is a small boy and he's standing nearby to you, and his son, because his son is important, Sutta, right? That's Sutam. So Sutam is, son. So son should be under the protection of the father. So now father is not there, Hiranyakashipu. So now you become his eternal father, affectionate father, and you remember your Bhaktavatsal quality and please protect him. So that is Lord Shiva's mood, what I feel here. Prabhu, you can add if you have any point on that.
Good answer.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Can I ask one more question? Just about ISKCON, because I know about Krishna Maharaj, he's an ISKCON man. And so as the society grows and the spectrum of devotees widens also, then Sri Ramanuja was saying, he was making the point that maybe you're living Gaudiya and living Gurkha, and as a separate institution, we should keep fences, good fences with good neighbors, so we should understand to grow out of that, and we should be ones with your situation, we can this kind of ones with that, but it starts to mix, and go straight from one camp to the other, and he says that will cause problems with underlying friction.
You mean from the other camp means the IRS camp, or?
From Gaudiya Math and from, well, the two main factions are Gaudiya Math and
Yeah.
Gurkha, and then there may be shades of soft
Yeah.
and soft Gaudiya Math that have different moods of Prabhupada.
Yeah.
They like, they accept Krishna,
Yes.
they really speak about things publicly that Prabhupada would never speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some people with the shades and
Yes. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. I think your the question is little again intense one. You're touching very fragile points. But yeah, I mean, as what I have understood, the mood of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, he is, as you said, he's Prabhupada man, and he's like Prabhupada's madman. There's an instance of him also, as he's called as Prabhupada's madman, as Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was called the madman of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was referred as a madman of Srila Prabhupada. So much so that he didn't was hearing is one of the glorification, one devotee mentioned that he didn't lived also more than Prabhupada on this planet. Prabhupada also lived little more than him, and then he just finished his pastime in this planet, and then he winded up his pastime before Prabhupada. So he could not, he didn't cross in age also from Prabhupada. So that was very wonderful of him. Uh, but Srila Prabhupada also, especially he was uh, more, I would say, favorable to the Gaudiya Mats, because they were all established by his guru, His Holiness Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And yeah, there are some differences in operation and uh, abhideya part, the process part of their worshipping and our worshipping. But Srila Prabhupada also, in his earlier time, he asked the help from all the Gaudiya Vaishnava, his fellow God brothers and all. But he never condemned them, or he never told that we should be showing aversion to those devotees of Gaudiya Math or any other sampradaya who are part of authentic sampradaya, I would say. At least the four authentic sampradaya, what we understand. So we have to be naturally affectionate to them, and we have to respect them. And even His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj was also very much careful when he used to deal with his god brothers, right, and other Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees also. His Grace uh, Tapan Mishra Prabhu, he's from Mayapur. He's GBC secretary, I understand, from in Mayapur. He was mentioning the incident that when the temple opening and when some events are happening, they are also calling the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and who are also sitting in the front row, and they are also very supportive now. And in Mayapur, there is a hospital. Mayapur is coming up with the Mayapur hospital, and earlier there were no proper healthcare there in Mayapur. So now they are bringing up the healthcare, where several Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees are there who are so old, and ISKCON is taking care of them nicely, right? So they have developed a very strong, favorable attitude towards ISKCON also. So in that way, we have to respect them, their philosophies, because ultimately they are all Krishna's devotees, and they are also having the disciplic line from Srila Prabhupada's guru. So we should definitely have respect, and of course we are spoiled childs of Srila Prabhupada. So we have to follow Prabhupada, whatever Prabhupada says. So Prabhupada has said that whatever is there in my books, I have given you everything in my books. So having respect, showing affection is another one thing, but we should not go outside Srila Prabhupada books and his teachings at the same time. So, I mean, a devotee has to be very careful what he's following. I mean, of course, showing respect is one thing, but then what we have to follow and practice is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. That is more than enough for us. And I was wondering if that day I was talking to my wife that, I don't know whether we can finish all Srila Prabhupada books reading only in this lifetime and practicing that. That is a really challenging task. So I think Prabhupada has given enough for us. So we have to respect other Gaudiya Vaishnavas at the same time, but follow Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhu, for wonderful opportunity. And I'm a very humble servant. I'm not sure if we will come back again. We live in UAE, but we are very happy to be here in Scotland, Karuna Bhavan. And it's our privilege that we are here with all of you wonderful devotees. We'll be going back tomorrow, so we'll have again some association of you. Please, all of you, if you happen to come to UAE, Abu Dhabi, Dubai side, please feel free to come call us and allow us to serve you also, so that we can also do some seva to the wonderful Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Baliyagna Prabhu.